In Focus, we're talking to the people who run our local governments, asking them the questions that you would if you had an opportunity to. So as 2015 comes to an end, we want to find out what shape your county is in and what you can expect in the coming year. Our series of the county executive interviews continues tonight with Baltimore County Executive Kamenetz. So nice to have you in the studio again. Was it just several years ago then you and I doing our first interview?
You were just starting. It was 5 years ago.
That's right. Let's talk about our schools. That has been such a hot-button issue for all of our areas, from the mold that we're hearing about in Howard County to air conditioning that folks have a concern about in Baltimore County schools.
Well, 5 years ago when I took office, I inherited what I consider to be the twin dilemma of aging infrastructure. More than 80% of our schools are 40 years old or more, plus in addition to age, we had a lack of air conditioning and under capacity. That is, we didn't have enough classroom seats. So what we did was embark on a $1.3 billion campaign to modernize our schools, add public safety and Wi-Fi and other technology improvements, and also air condition. So 5 years ago, just 49% of our schools were air conditioned. This year, we're up to 85% air conditioned, and we're also going to complete that job within the next several years. But importantly, we're not just air conditioning, we're modernizing schools and eliminating all current and projected overcrowding and adding a surplus of 6,000 seats to accommodate future growth.
That's great, because so you don't have to deal with the overcrowding issue and making sure everybody has a comfortable learning environment.
Well, listen, it's a great investment because it not only gives our children a modern learning environment, but it also stabilizes neighborhoods. The first thing young families want to know when they move into a new area is, a new neighborhood, what's the reputation of the school district? And in Baltimore County, we're focused on that. We spend almost 52 cents out of every county tax dollar for education.
Let's talk about the rain tax and the stormwater runoff fee. What are we doing here in the county in terms of handling that?
Well, listen, a quick summary of this is that the Chesapeake Bay Foundation sued the federal EPA for violation of the 1972 Clean Water Act. The EPA brought the state in, and it was agreed that we needed to do a better job at controlling runoff. The state required the counties to pay for separate projects to complete this aspect of environmental control, and they did so. The state mandated that we do so in a form of a separate fee. Obviously, you know, people were a little tired of fees and taxes and kind of a perfect storm where people, while they appreciate the benefit of the environmental cleanup, they didn't necessarily want to have to pay it as a separate fee. So that kind of hit our county council. And they elected to eliminate that fee, but we still have to do the projects, meaning we have to identify $24 million a year in our existing budget to pay for these projects. The only problem with that is, while we're still promoting our Schools for Our Future program, our investment in that, we're going to have to identify other areas in which we're not going to be able to get done.
All right, they're telling me to wrap, but I got to say, give me a date for Wegmans in Owings Mills. Everybody's looking forward to that.
Probably 1 year from now, you'll be seeing that Wegmans open for business.
All right.